So the next speaker is Somenath Chatterjee. So Somenath, you are here or not? Yes, you are here, sorry. Okay, fine. So you can share your video and you're going to talk about astronomy for all, which is a very important subject. Do you have your video or I don't know if you can connect your video, Somenath?
And a microphone as well. The mic is also off.
And the microphone also.
Okay, the mic is on now. Hello, namaste.
Hello, hello.
Namaste.
Namaste. Somenath Chatterjee. Actually, my first lecture is scheduled as Archaeoastronomy, a lost culture of Indian astronomical heritage.
Sorry.
Hello, Emmanuel.
Yes.
According to schedule, my first lecture is Archaeoastronomy, a lost culture of Indian astronomical heritage. And next,
yes, sorry.
One hour after.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because you are talking again at 9:25. So your first talk is Archaeoastronomy.
Yeah. Archaeoastronomy, a lost culture of Indian astronomical heritage.
Yeah. So you have the floor for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Share your screen if you wish.
And welcome to Spaceport America in New Mexico, the world's first commercial spaceport. And
I ask everyone to...
I'm sharing screen.
Yeah. Hello? Do you want to share your screen or not? So I have a presentation to share. If you have a problem to share your screen, please tell me or to... okay, now it's fine. It's working. Wonderful. Okay. Wonderful. We are listening to you.
Oh, thank you. May I start?
Yeah, you can start, and you can presenter mode if you wish, so that we see only the slide. You can type F5 or so like slideshow, no? It is with, I guess it's with slideshow. We see you now. Wonderful. Okay, you can start. You can start. You can...
yeah, if we slides, if I no, if you kindly off my video, then I can get the total slide. Hello?
It is fine. We can see your presentation as it is. So you can just go from one slide to the next and we can see it.
No, the slides are not seen here.
We see it on our screen. Maybe you don't see it in your screen. I don't know, but we see your slide. So you can proceed.
Okay. Now, Archaeoastronomy, the lost culture of Indian astronomical heritage, which is my title of my paper. Thanks to Global Hands-on University Committee for selecting my paper on Archaeoastronomy. Indian rich astronomical heritage has not been still fully explored, but is continuing to rediscover ancient knowledge. In this paper, we just get an introduction of this new academic interdisciplinary field. Actually, from 70s of last century, this field has started to flourish, but still now this field is unknown to many academic institutions. And now the This paper will try to introduce archaeoastronomy in Indian context only. It is very important in the field of history of astronomy. The rich Indian astronomical heritage should be explored, studying archaeological resources. These archaeological resources include rock cut, monolith, manuscripts, etc. A huge amount of manuscripts in Indian rich heritage is still to be explored. These manuscripts are written in different languages, scripts, and its contents are different also. Astronomy is such a subject which is hidden in Indian manuscripts. The other object is to initiate astronomical manuscripts to the interested scholars. Next, we will try to discuss in this small time span, archaeoastronomy, cultural astronomy, main difference between ethno-astronomy and archaeoastronomy, manuscripts, a short account of Indian manuscripts, specifically astronomical manuscripts, archaeoastronomical sites in India, chronology, naturally in astronomical content, Nakshatra list in Veda, our Indian oldest literature, Vedanga Jyotisa. Now, we will start Archaeoastronomy. This was emerged as an interdisciplinary academic field in 1960s. The lost wisdom of prehistoric people who were able to predict weather, flood, and other natural phenomena was the central theme of archaeoastronomy. Since ancient times, people all over the world have started up at the night sky and struggled to make sense of it. This curiosity gave birth to one of the science's oldest disciplines, astronomy. In December 1972, the Royal Society and British Academy sponsored a symposium entitled The Place of Astronomy in the Ancient World. But in 50 years, this field is not flourished in India as an interdisciplinary academic field. The imprint of astronomy can be found in ancient cave tools onwards. Astronomy is expressed in a variety of ways in different literature. Archaeology is conventionally studied by exploring the sites of ancient civilization for physical evidences along with the language, literature, etc. This has been a highly successful field of studies that has resulted in some truly inspiring insights into human evaluation. Next, we introduce just cultural astronomy. Cultural astronomy focuses on many ways in which people and cultures interact with celestial bodies and integrate them into their view of the world. It looks at how astronomical knowledge and beliefs can inspire and influence social structures, ideologies, and behavior. It encompasses the modern disciplines of ethno-astronomy. The term cultural astronomy was gaining a wider acceptance, and this fact was reflected in the names of emerging society and journals. In 1996, the International Society of Archaeoastronomy and Astronomy in Culture, ISAC, was created in the US with the help of the Center of Archaeoastronomy. In 2016, Isaac started a new open access journal, very important, called the Journal of Astronomy in Culture, in short JAC. Now, what is the main difference between ethno-astronomy and archaeoastronomy? Ethno-astronomy is the branch of astronomy concerned with astronomical beliefs and practices of specific culture. But archaeoastronomy is a branch of astronomy which focuses more on astronomically aligned subjects, monuments, megaliths, ceremonial constructions, and manuscripts. Manus means hand and script means writing. Anything written by hand is called manuscript. But manuscriptology is that branch of knowledge which makes a systematic study of all the processes, through which a manuscript undergoes, commencing with the preparation of the text by the original author in the past, to its critical edition brought out in the form of a printed book by an editor. Although any handwritten document, whether lithic records, epigraphs, the copper plates, copies of inscriptions of historical interest, etc., in the general sense of the word, may be called manuscript. In the intellectual history of India, the wealth of world scripts and texts is phenomenal. Manuscripts are handwritten documents. In India, National Mission for Manuscripts, established in the February 2003 by the Government of India, has the mandate of documenting, protecting, and making accessible the rich manuscript heritage of India. The vast richness and diversity of Indian manuscripts owes the origin to the fact that these manuscripts are composed in different languages and are written in various scripts. We come across old manuscripts dealing with philosophy, science, literature, etc. A short account of Indian manuscripts. There are two large in volume manuscripts in Indian universities, institutions, individuals, and abroad. The number is 7,44,184. Out of which 67% Sanskrit, 25% other Indian languages, Malayalam, Telugu, and Hindi, Arabian, Persian, and Tibetan, 8%. Now, I have made a survey Indian astronomical manuscripts from 9th century to 19th century. This table shows that 9th century we get only 5 manuscripts, 10th 4, 11th 10, and so on. Total 2,136. Only 15%, 15 to 20%. I don't know exact the number percentage. 15 to 20% of these manuscripts have been edited, read. Many of the manuscripts are also now unread and wait for editing. This is the example of copper manuscripts. Archaeoastronomical sites in India. In the historical period, astronomical observations were part of temple complexes. It is well known. Here, I give one example, Udaygiri. Udaygiri is an astronomical site connected with the classical age. 320 to 500 CE, which is located in the central India, Madhya Pradesh. India's archaeological record in the northwest has unbroken continuity going back to about 7,500 BCE at Mehergarh, having rock art tradition. The archaeological phases of the Indian tradition have been divided into 4 eras. The early food producing era, 6,500 to 5,000 BCE, regionalization era, 5,000 to 2600 BCE, integration era, 2600 to 1900 BCE, and localization era, 1900 to 900 BCE. A majority of the towns and settlements of the Harappan period were in Saraswati Valley region. Hydrological changes, extended period of drought, and the drying up of Saraswati River due to major tributaries being captured by the Sindhu and Ganges Ganga River after an earthquake of 1900 BCE led to the abandonment of large areas in the Saraswati Valley. It is historically true. A second urbanization began in the Ganga and Yamuna valleys around 900 BCE, and second urbanization also. The earliest surviving records of this culture are in Brahmi script. Now, a small portion of smallest portion of Vedic literature, Nakshatra list. The Nakshatra list, which is very important in case of archaeoastronomy, in the study of archaeoastronomy. The Nakshatra lists are found in the Vedas either directly or listed under their presiding date. Vedic astronomy used a lunisolar year in which an intercalary month was employed as adjustment with solar year. The full list of 27 or 28 nakshatras headed by Itatauri appears in the various recensions of the Krishna Yajurveda, the Atharva Veda. The full list of nakshatras is found in Samhitas. We know that Samhita and Brahman, these are the main parts of Vedic literature. In the Vedanga Jyotisa and in later astronomical Shikha. No satisfactory explanation of different numbers has been achieved. However, thought 27 was the older number, but the authors of the Vedic index suggest
Has some problem with your connection, I think.
Alpha Leda. It is the first astronomical text ever found. Historian it was composed. We know that time content in ancient astronomical literature, very important. GHOU system, 5 solar year GHOU system is in Vedanga Jyotisa, especially in Rig Vedanga Jyotisa. The nakshatras in Vedanga Jyotisa are divided into the 27 equal parts of ecliptic. The nakshatra list of the late Vedic period begins with Kritika Pidis, whereas that of the astronomy texts after 200 CE begin with Osini, Alpha and Beta Aries, indicating a transition through 2 nakshatras for a time span of approximately 2000 years. It is an example of illuminated manuscript, courtesy of National Mission for Manuscripts. I have taken this picture from National Mission for Manuscripts. It is a sample of astronomical manuscript. Astronomical manuscripts. It is the part of Brahmo Siddhanta. Brahmo Siddhanta It is the part of Sakala Samhita, and I have edited this book, which is published in National Mission for Manuscripts, Government of India, New Delhi. I have edited Brahmo Siddhanta. It is included in Sakala Samhita, and here the 721 verses are there. And Brahmo Siddhanta is an astronomical text which was composed after 8th century BC, after 8th century AD or CE. Another work I have completed, Somo Siddhanta, from manuscripts of 7th century CE. It is also published by NMM New Delhi. It is an introduction about Archaeoastronomy in Indian context. It is an introduction, naturally. Manuscripts are the treasure of Indian knowledge. Astronomy is one. It is required to read those manuscripts and edit. If possible, experts will give notes. A student of history of astronomy should have knowledge of scripts, languages, historiography, and astronomy. It is very difficult. So it may be a collective work. Speaking about Archaeoastronomy, the historian of ancient Indian astronomy, David Pingree, a well-known historian of astronomy, said that history of astronomy, a discipline well-rooted in the sciences, usually engages only in the written record. It is concerned with the acquisition of precise knowledge by the ancient circumvallation cultures, from which modern Western science was derived. It is a central concern of archaeoastronomy. Thank you all. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Somenath. We have had a number of comments about the amazing richness of Indian history, and also the chance somehow that you have that all these resources seems to be more available than before. We have time for one or two questions, maybe. There is no questions in the question and answers. There has been, you can read after that the chat, and there are many people who like, actually some people ask for your details, so you have the contact details right now on the slide. As for Stargazing India, who joined us recently. And I was just wondering if you can tell us, is there a team of researchers in your institute?
Actually, I edited these books. I collected these manuscripts from different portions of India individually. But now we have SDMT, Institute of Astronomical Studies, which is actually in my second lecture, I will try to explain this organization. But this edited text, Somo Siddhanta, Brahmo Siddhanta, now I am associated with Asiatic Society Kolkata individually. And I have collected these astronomical manuscripts from different.
I hope you will be able to.
Hello? Pardon?
Yeah, interruption at some point, but we have to proceed to the next speaker. But I hope you will come back. You will come back for the next talk. But I hope you can also come back in the coming years in the next conference to tell us the new discovery that you will found again in the manuscript.